Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 196 of the Find Your Model Health podcast. For those looking to optimize their long term health and weight goals and understand how their body really works. I am very happy to have you back with me and spend some of your day with me. We are going into the fifth podcast of this week of podcasts. So this will be our last one, unless I can squeeze in another one. But for this one, this is a topic I wanted to give some clarification on for some of my clients. And I hope you will enjoy it. So if you don't know already, I am your host. I am Shemaine Linney. I am a fitness and nutrition expert, biohacker, and certified iridologist. So in this episode, we're looking at testing your pH, so your urine pH for nutritional purposes. So before I go on, I must emphasize that the information in these podcast episodes is not to be taken as medical advice. It is for informational purposes only. Please consult your doctor or medical practitioner before you make any lifestyle changes. Okay, so testing your urine pH is something I have introduced to my clients and my practice over the last couple of months. And it can be quite helpful for a lot of people, especially those with a lot of stress in their lives, where their body might become more acidic, where there's a disease present. I'm apprehensive to say cancer because that can go on both sides of the coin. But basically, we want our body to be either neutral or slightly alkaline. That is our goal. And I mean very slightly alkaline, and that is not the whole body either. So this, we're testing your urine. When we test the urine, it can help us assess what's going on with the body and if we need to tweak your nutrition in a certain direction. So testing your urine, it is pretty much very inexpensive. You can get pH strips for like $5 in most pharmacies, and even Amazon will have them. So it's inexpensive and it's easy and it's safe and it's non-invasive, and that's what most people want. So when we test your urine strips, you can also, if you want to take it a step further, test your ketones. So some strips will test multiple biometrics or measurements. So if one tests their urine, they might want to test their ketones and see if they are in fat burning mode. But it's not essential. Really, our focus here is on the urine pH test. So with testing your urine, it can help us understand if something in your diet is impacting your health and what direction we want to take you in. So having a slightly, and I mean slightly, alkaline pH has been shown to support bone health, reduce pain and inflammation, lower risk of some diseases which are more associated with having an acidic diet, like insulin resistance, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, hypertension, which is blood pressure, high cholesterol. So these are all associated with having more of an acidic diet, but that doesn't mean vinegar is contrary to what many people mean or think. That doesn't mean like your apple cider vinegar, although a lot of people would hope it did. No, it means more of your acidic foods that when they get ingested, they are more acidic. So our sugars, basically. So sugars, carbs, low-fat milk, stuff like that. Also, we can support electrolyte levels and also sleep quality and circadian rhythm. And even cortisol can be managed better when we know what our urine pH is like. And in some instances or areas of the body, it can help with the microbiome. So there's a lot of things that can be helped when we test our urine. But basically, if we see that your urine is more on the acidic side of things, then it helps us think of, okay, well, what are you consuming that's making your urine more acidic? Maybe you're having too many carbs. Maybe your stress is too high. How will we push you more towards that alkalinity? Well, maybe we're going to add in some more citrus fruits. You see, they're acidic, but they make the body alkaline. Maybe we're going to add in more green vegetables. So when we do this, then we can start to see patterns of the triggers that influence your pH or your ketones. So I have one client and she tests her urine pH every morning and she's always still on the acidic side, which we don't want to happen. And I contribute a lot of it to stress, her stressful life, because stress, as we know, can cause the body to become acidic, and not in a good way. Because if you go back to my podcast episode I did a few years ago, maybe 2 years ago, on understanding the body's pH, it is essential for different parts of your body and digestive system to be acidic. It is absolutely essential. But when we look at our urine pH, it can give us an idea of metabolites that are being produced from certain foods that we're consuming and how that may be affecting our blood and our tissues and how our liver and kidneys are excreting them. So that's where we get that indication from testing our urine pH. And like I said, with this client, I think it's mostly stress. So we have to remember that diet is only part of whether your pH will test as alkaline or acidic. Sleep, good health, bowel movements are a big one. Exercise will make you more acidic. Toxins, hydration, they're also a big part. And then, like I said, if you wanted to test the ketones, if you're one of my very good clients and you do everything I tell you consistently, you might want to test your ketones in the morning. So how do we test? Well, we test your urine first thing in the morning. So that's your, as we would call it, your first pee of the day. So we test it in the morning. And you want to test before you eat or drink anything. And this will show how your body is handling acidic nighttime functions like digestion and detoxification, and a big one for most people, reducing inflammation and eliminating those cytokines, metabolism of different metabolites and hormones, and even sleep quality, like how acidic your urine is in the morning. You can correlate that to, say, some sort of biometric tracker like a Whoop or a Fitbit, and if that says you had a crappy sleep and then you look, your pH is in the 6 range, then that's going to make a lot of sense too. So there's a lot of things that it can be helpful with, and there's a lot of things that can interfere with it. So when we test your pH, we're going to hold the urine test strip on the side furthest away from the pH ketone test pad. So that test pad is the one that goes into your flow. So that would be your urine stream. Or some people will fill a cup and then dip it if they don't want to risk getting urine all over their hands. And then you're going to set it on a flat surface or absorbent piece of paper. And usually it'll tell you on the side of the bottle the time frame to wait. So let's say for pH, to get an accurate result there, it might be wait 60 seconds. For ketones, it might be wait 40 seconds. And then you want to record your results to track your numbers. I'm big into tracking, but record them so we can get an idea of what's going on. So maybe all week you're seeing that you're in around that 7 neutral mark, or even 7.5 on the pH strips. That's pretty neutral. That's pretty much where we want you to be, in around that range. Even 8 is okay. Any higher than that, and I start to look at, well, we don't want you too alkaline because then there's the potential for other issues to occur. But if you're in around that 7 Monday to Friday, and then let's say you have a cheat day or a refeed day or whatever you want to call it, and you wake up on the Sunday and you see, oh, now my pH strip is back down to 6 or 6.5, you can attribute to all that to all the extra sugar and carbs on your cheat day or refeed day. So it can be a good indicator then. But if everything else was on point, and this is you're testing on a Wednesday and your pH is off, then we will have a look at what's going on there. So ideally, we want to see you in around that 7.5, 8 range, and that is a good range. But you have to remember that um, not every part of the body is supposed to be alkaline. It's very important that different areas like the vagina are quite acidic. This is part of optimal health. So once you get your results, then we can look at how can we tilt you more in the alkaline direction. If you're in the 6 range all the time, well, we're going to eat lots of more green vegetables and add in lemon juice, lime juice, cruciferous vegetables where we can, lots of minerals, so our mineral water, and then we're going to maybe pull back on the sugar, alcohol, caffeine might even need to be cut, white carbs might need to be reduced a bit, and then animal proteins. In context here, animal proteins are not a great idea when you have a high carbohydrate or sugar diet. So that's in context. Then we look at other toxins, your cleaning products, your skincare. Are you eating out of plastic? Do you drink out of plastic water bottles all the time? Do you heat your food in aluminium or plastic in the microwave? And then how is your stress? So all of that is what we would look at so that we can start pushing the pH in whatever direction we want. And that's pretty much it. Like, it's pretty straightforward, but it can be a very useful, affordable tool for many people. I have shared pH strips that I like with my group before. If you want to know what they are, reach out to me. You can reach me through my website or Facebook or Instagram. But otherwise, this can be a valuable tool for some people, especially if we see their inflammation is not improving or their weight is not shifting. This can be, again, another quote tool, and we add that to our tools of understanding how our body works, like understanding what our dosha is, and what our metabolism is like. So there's all these different tools. But this one I wanted to cover because I think it's a handy little tool. I hope you found it interesting. Feel free to ask me any questions. I'm sure it's something that many of you are going to consider who are not my clients. And it's just another step forward to helping you understand your body and what triggers it and what might be causing specific reactions or symptoms. So super helpful. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will chat to you guys real soon. And as always, if you know anyone that might be interested in this information or might benefit from it, please do share. Sharing is caring, and we could all do with as much help and caring as we can get nowadays. Okay, bye bye.